I'm a bit disappointed. I'll be honest.
Maybe the packaging's mixed up, and we should carry on.
Yeah.
Do you think we should carry on?
I don't mind.
In case we get a hot
the
one.
black one looks good, but I know that's a one.
Oh, why don't you down that one? Here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 143 of The Right Companion.
Nice.
We're on.
Nice.
Look how little effort I put into that. Dude, I put no effort into that.
I feel like you're efforted out. Are you efforted out?
I got no effort in me.
Got no effort in
I didn't
you,
realise I've got no effort in me. That
All
is
the effort's
poor
been used
attention
up.
to detail, that is.
Yeah, man. All the effort's been used up.
Empty.
The tank is empty, but we're gonna have a good episode.
We're bringing the heat. Hyped to be back. Good to see you, dude.
Good to see you too.
See,
Speaking of heat, great transition.
Yeah.
Not transition. What's the word? Segue. So I thought.
Yeah.
You've got this new hot sauce addiction from before you went to America. You love hot sauce, right?
Bad.
So, and then I was thinking, well, you've been to Mexico, and then you're going to be home. And
I was trying to bring back some. I was going to call it "I'm fine, dude."
I'm fine. That's good. That's good. So I thought I'd get you a gift.
Have you actually?
Yeah, it's under my chair.
No way.
Yeah.
Have you? Oh, for fuck! I didn't bring. Actually,
but it's not really a gift.
Okay.
It's more of a game.
Are we doing a game now?
Yeah.
Mate, I'm in. I'm all in.
I feel like we need it.
You think you're going to outspice me right now? I've been in like the Rocky training camp of spice. I tell you what, for breakfast, I had for breakfast every morning I'd have huevos rancheros, and it was just like insane spicy.
Really?
First thing
I think
in the
you're going
morning.
to be good at this game then.
Yeah, I probably will. Yeah, I reckon.
Do the game?
I feel like I know. To be honest, I feel like I know what the game is. So it's going to be something. Okay, we got the hummus chips.
We got the hummus chips. And
hummus chips, because you know what? It's 2024 and we couldn't be seen to be having anything other than hummus chips. You can't be having potato chips. You know what I mean?
Hard to get nachos in the south. Don't do them in the local shop.
Really? No Walkers, no?
Cool Doritos. Nah, only cool Doritos and they're crap.
I couldn't find them. They're all these hummus ones.
And we've also got, are you ready?
Yeah, dude.
We've got
I'm hyped for this.
Hellfire Pete's Ring of Fire game.
See, Louisiana. Honestly, I'm really intrigued by this. Have you had a lot of these? Have you tried these?
Literally just opened it.
Like, okay, in like the past, have you had like crazy hot sauce thingies? Yeah. Like the challenge ones, not like the ones that anyone enjoys, just like the try
like
this
these ones.
Is that what these ones are?
I think so, yeah. So I figured we could do this like at certain intervals. Maybe we go every few minutes. I don't know, every 10 minutes.
Great idea, Davey.
Thanks.
You are brilliant. You actually do bring the heat.
And what I was going to do is, if we just do them like this, then everyone on the YouTube or audio,
that's a horrible noise,
can see them.
Yeah.
Is that can that be seen, Doug? On the wide, yeah.
Okay, so
on the wide.
To anyone on audio, Davey is now unboxing a pack of hot sauces. They've all got sort of flame graphics.
Yes.
They all look different colours. They're from Louisiana, which I guess is quite a hot, saucy kind of place.
The most hot saucy sort of place.
The thing is,
I figured if we do it like that, and then you don't know how many chili peppers are on each one.
Oh, it says it on the front.
Yeah, and then we'll just do a rock, paper, scissors, pick one, dab it on a hummus chip.
Yeah, done.
See how we get on.
I mean, this is such a stupid idea for something that's largely audio with two people that won't be able to speak, probably coughing. You know what I mean?
Maybe we need it. Huh?
Yeah.
We need it.
What, a silence? That bad.
I feel like the idea was better because the idea was there the other day.
Yeah.
And then I seen you and I was like, oh, poor lad. Looks a bit tired.
I am tired, yeah. I am tired, but I have just done, like I say, like a full training camp for hot sauce. Like, I mean, if you have like like the packaging in Mexico, if you have like, it looks literally like, it could have a picture of a family holding hands on it, and it'd be so hot. whereas hot sauces like that you get from here, or American ones, they're all like guns and like flamethrowers and stuff. Yeah, and they're quite manageable.
Whatever this is called, Hellfire Pete.
I don't know if I like the really crazy hot ones.
So with this, the game obviously is there's one that's hot.
Okay. Oh.
So there's, from what I saw, there's 5 different. So there's 10 sauces on the table, and 5 of them. There's.
You know which one it is.
No, I haven't got a clock. Honestly, can't remember. There's 10 sauces, and there's 5 different levels. So there's 2 of each.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay.
The worst description ever of that. Even I'm confused. So I don't know which one is which. I can't see them. I don't know. So you just put a bit on a hummus chip, have a go, and we'll see where we get.
I hope they've got like sort of like the nice ends that just do drops.
Yeah,
not like
they don't.
Do they not?
No.
Okay. No worries. Hey, no worries. I didn't mean to put a negative on it. It's fine.
Are a bit like bowls.
Yeah.
So
we're going to be drinking this stuff. Okay, cool.
All right.
Cool. Look forward to it.
It's up to you when you want to do it. You just say and we'll do one. But let's get going.
Catch up. Let's catch up first.
Let's catch up first.
I'm really intrigued. I sort of want to look at them, but I guess they've all got the same packaging anyway.
Yeah, they just got different chili things on the front.
Yeah.
As to how hot they are. But I honestly, dude, I can't remember. I kind of tried to make a mental note of which one was which, but
I wanted to bring back loads of hot sauce from Mexico.
I thought you would.
Yeah, I really wanted to.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to source. I wanted to just bring back a box, but I haven't got any of my luggage anyway, so.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember what I did bring back, but I haven't got luggage or bike.
That's the worst, man. Isn't it?
Yeah, well, hopefully it'll turn up and it won't be too bad. I just don't have any clothes at the minute, really.
Really?
Well,
you pack everything?
Pretty much. I don't have a great deal. I have this year's Troy Lee stuff. You know what I mean? I don't really like. I guess I have got clothes. I'd have to search through some boxes. I'll find some.
Yeah. I've still not unpacked properly from moving house.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
For 5 months.
Yeah.
I still am using the same stuff. I'm new t-shirt today, obviously, but only because someone sent it me.
I mean, how much stuff do you have that's just...
Yeah, it makes you realise I don't need the 2 bags of clothes.
Yeah.
I need 3 t-shirts.
Dude, I tell you what, coming back from something like that, you not only do you have jet lag, but you have a bit of a hangover. It's like life is so I don't know, everything's quite extreme, if you know what I mean. Okay. You've got nothing to worry about. You just have a bag of clothes. Yeah. Laundry is the only thing I had to worry about. Right. How I was going to stretch, or get my clothes cleaned, how I was going to make it actually happen logistically. Yeah. And that's the only worry. Everything else is like we have
catered.
Yeah, you don't have any decisions to make at restaurants. You just get given the food. It's just.
I feel like you'd like that life a little bit.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. It's really, really stressful, but it's really, really like as in the job itself is stressful, but it's really good. You just like remove all of the stuff from your life. Yeah. Like all of the stuff in boxes that you've got. You know what I mean?
Sometimes it's just nice, isn't it, to be simple, bro?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's like being void of responsibility. It takes you back a bit to being like younger.
Yeah, definitely.
Big responsibility, but only in one direction. It's not like complicated, is it? It's like you have to get a race course done. So yeah.
Well,
bit of a hangover now.
Do
you want me to? Yeah, let's talk about it.
Do I know what were you going to say?
Should we eat one of these things?
Yeah, do I know?
I might just be ordered, and I might just like move from this side.
That's a good idea. All right, let's give one a go. Okay.
Funny shout out to audio listeners.
You have it. I might join you.
Yeah, why not?
I feel like it's only right to join you and do one.
Okay, I'm covering up the. Okay, so I can't open anything because my hand doesn't work still. Okay. So this has been quite a big. Yeah. Thanks, mate.
Welcome. This is not really an audio thing, is it? But
no, it's not.
Try not to look at the units on it. And then we'll try and guess where we're at.
How on earth do you do this?
Oh my god.
Oh fuck.
It's so
You tipped it back in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tipped it back in.
I did exactly the same. This is doused in whatever this fire liquid.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Good luck.
Likewise. That's nice. That's sound of people eating, that's called mukbang, isn't it? That's like an ASMR thing.
Yeah, this is an ASMR episode.
This is the mukbang episode.
Okay.
Have you just done them really
hot? How was yours?
Yeah, chill.
Mine's. It's just got a bit.
Tranquilo.
It's got a bit. Like, I only chewed on one side of my mouth.
Okay.
So only one side of my mouth is feeling it, which is quite an odd feeling. I'm like split in the middle.
Oh, it must be hot then.
Yeah, but it's there. There's something there.
Nice.
I don't know. The Scoville.
Nice, man. Should we look at it now?
We could do, I suppose. Yeah, then we only have to do it 5 times. Yeah, true. All right.
2. Green jalapeno.
Oh, that's disappointing.
What?
I got the 5.
Did you? Is that the first? Is that literally the hot one? Game over, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
Oh,
There you have it.
Hellfire Pete, that's whack.
That's really unlucky, seeing as you laid them out as well.
Yeah, I thought the Carolina Reaper one was going to be gnarly. That's actually really tasty.
Is it? That's really manageable. Yeah, but how good is it that we found out now? Imagine dragging this out for the whole episode.
Yeah,
and then
I was
you get
hoping
the
to
end.
sweat or something. I mean, it's coming through,
Yeah,
but it's
manageable. You want to be
yeah.
like, see, this is it. It's all just
I
it's
wanted
flames.
tears.
It's Louisiana flame. I don't believe it.
It's just good marketing, that.
Yeah.
All right, don't buy that off Amazon, folks. Hellfire Pete. Ring of Fire isn't a ring of fire. It's a ring of.
I feel like I've got to try the hot one now as well.
Yeah, find it. I think it's. Oh yeah. Use that one. Yeah.
So that's the Carolina Reaper extra hot sauce.
So this is a 5. This is a 5.
You did loads in.
I did. It weren't that bad. I mean, maybe I just.
I thought you were meant to just have like a drip.
Yeah, I did.
And
it's like, yeah, disgusting. Yeah.
Okay.
Because apparently it releases
it
all
close.
of these things, doesn't it, in your brain? Like you will feel better, and we're gonna have a better conversation and stuff like that.
How do you mean?
Like hot stuff, isn't it? Like what's it called? Like what's the word? It like gets your brain going and stuff. It gives off.
Oh, really? You release endorphins, is that
endorphins? That's what I'm heading for.
There you go.
How does it feel?
I mean, the same as the last one, I'll be honest.
Oh, I'm a bit disappointed, I'll be honest.
Maybe the
expensive
packaging's
one.
mixed up and we should carry on.
Yeah.
Do you think we should carry on?
I don't mind.
In case we get a hot
the
one?
black one looks good, but I know that's a
Oh,
one.
why don't you down that one? Should we turn it into drinking hot sauce? Imagine in this episode just turns into Doug has to lift the camera off the tripod and it has to be some sort of like behind the scenes as Davey goes off in another helicopter in a helicopter
Hot
with
sauce
liquid
accident.
coming out of him. The hot sauce episode. Hey, should we start again?
That's whack. The idea, man. We've been planning this too. I've been like, oh, Doug, I'm going to do this thing and we're going to keep it a secret and like it's going to be so funny. And it's just fucking shit.
That thing's not hot.
It's not, is it?
Nah.
Hellfire Pete. What are we doing? Yeah, we need to get
Hellfire
this.
Pete used to release hot sauces, but then something happened.
Doug's in the fridge. I think we've got a hotter one.
Have you got a hot one? Yeah.
What is this aim of trying
You
to
love
make
hot
you?
sauces, right?
I mean, not as much as you, but
Well, it's a really recent thing
I know
for
it
me.
is. I know it
really recent.
it's from when Doug and Naomi last went to America and brought back those hot sauces.
That's right.
And we had it on the show here. We had the colon cleaner.
But I mean,
and-
I'm to a point now, it's a hindrance in life. Like the amount. I had hot ones and I don't care how hot it is. I want hot sauce though.
right.
So it's like
You're not trying to get a certain
nah,
feeling.
I
or
don't
anything.
care about it being like unpleasant.
Yeah.
But I care about it. Everything has to have it on. I don't know what's happened. I've never liked it before.
Interesting.
I've never
So
even
you
liked
fascinate-
hot stuff.
So you can see the angle I was going for. It was like, oh, Ollie likes hot sauce. He's been to Mexico. He's going to come back. He's going to miss it.
Davey, absolutely,
We're
it's
gonna
a great
play
angle.
Hellfire Pete's Ring of Fire game, and it's just a ring of disappointment. In it.
Yeah.
Like major
They used
disappointment.
to call me that at school.
What?
The ring of disappointment.
I had a few girlfriends you could call that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't really understand the addiction. I don't really understand where it's come from. But I
healthy one.
have to have it on everything now.
That's a healthy addiction.
But it's not like I don't need it to be super hot.
All right, so we'll put if anyone's got hot sauce that they want to send us to try for upcoming episodes, maybe we can make this into a bit of a new thing. We'll try some hot sauces, have some fun with it.
Yeah.
But Hellfire Pete, don't get in touch.
The Carolina Reaper extra hot sauce. Is that literally the most?
Yeah, I think it's got 5 on, right? Might as well turn them around now. Yeah, 1 through 5.
Oh, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is the hottest one.
the sweet chili ones are 1. Yeah. Fuck. Sorry, mate.
Don't be sorry. It's a great idea.
Nah, it's
Don't
whack.
be sorry. Don't be sorry. It's good. I just can't believe the second one that you tried was.
I know, and I was like, oh, that's 2.
What have you been up to, Davey?
Great question. I'm excited, obviously, to talk about Mexico and street race. I feel like the start of this episode is really derailed. What have I been up to? I feel like it's been a while since we last spoke, hasn't it? We literally haven't spoke while you've been in Mexico, really. The odd message here and there, but
No, it's
we've
quite
had
a
an
lot.
actual
Quite a lot to
break.
get it done. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So what have I been doing? Mate, we got a new dog. It's quite nice.
Yes.
Got a new dog. That's lovely.
Nice.
It's fun. He's actually from Spain.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he speaks Spanish. You'd get on with him.
Perro.
Yeah. Exactly that.
Can't roll my R's. Very annoying. Yeah, I can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can you say perro?
Perro.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
I can't do it.
What does it mean?
It's so annoying. I'm so into sounds. It means dog, but perro means butt. So I can't say dog.
So perro.
Dog.
Perro.
Perro.
It's dog's
Perro.
butt. It's dog's butt. Perro. No.
Not butt like that, like as in like butt. I didn't. Butt.
Bum.
Not like a bum. No.
Okay.
Not like a bum.
Not like a bum.
No. That's bomba.
Bomba.
Yeah, we turned it into like a language lesson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Baya bomba.
We got a new dog.
Okay.
He's from Spain. It's pretty cool. He's a rescue dog. So it's been kind of fun having a new animal in the house.
What kind of dog?
He is a Podenco, which is a Spanish hunting
Lovely
style dog. Yeah.
And he's from Spain, yeah.
He's from Spain. He was in a rescue called Hope for Podencos, which are a lovely organisation. And apparently 80,000 dogs get abandoned in Spain every year, like ex-hunting dogs, if they don't make the grade.
There you go.
Or they're just done with them, they just put them on the street. And this organisation goes around and collects the dogs and puts them in rescue. And then, as far as I understand, that rescue then has closed. So they sent all of the dogs to the UK to like either go to their new home or to go into foster. So he went into foster in Oxford somewhere. And then Emma saw him online. He was their longest stay dog. He'd been there for 2 years. No one wanted him.
No way.
Yeah, 2 years, bless him. So we've got him.
What? How come? What did he look like?
So
he had 2 years, dude.
All
dogs are cute. What's up with him?
I know. He's a bit wonky and like.
Is he? Yeah.
No, he's not.
No,
he's
okay,
really
he's not,
cute.
no.
So he's a Podenco. There's a few different types of Podenco. This is all secondhand knowledge.
Can you explain to me a Podenco?
Yeah.
Like that. I'm interested in.
Imagine
this.
a
Very
sphinx.
A what?
A sphinx.
Sphinx. A sphinx. Okay. Yeah.
Imagine a sphinx. So like, imagine outside the pyramids, they got that one that's got, big ears.
That's a Podenco.
Yeah. Well, it's similar to a Podenco.
Oh,
yeah.
They're so
So
cool.
you've seen Jay, obviously, haven't you?
Yeah.
So Jay, we think, is crossed Lurcher and Podenco. So he's got big pointy ears.
Jay's big dog, huh?
Yeah, Jay's big dog, big pointy ears, fluffy tail.
Yeah.
So he's like one type of Podenco, and then there's another type of Podenco that's small, and we got a small one. So
Nice.
it's really, it's funny because we saw all these photos of him online, and he was always pictured with greyhounds.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, he's going to be like Jay's size, probably a bit smaller than Jay, because Jay, our other dog's a big dude. Like,
Jay's big. Yeah,
he's a big dog. We're like, oh, he's going to be probably a little bit smaller than Jay. But it turns out the woman who was photographing him just had small greyhounds. So we went to meet him, like we did this
Italian
meet and greet, and we were like, oh, he's tiny. He's really
He's been
small.
in the microwave.
Yeah, he's really small. So he's like, yeah, dude, he's like smaller than the coffee table here. He's small, compact, quite
Nice.
butch.
How are they getting on?
So the two dogs are like best friends. We knew Jay would be like that. He's like our old boy Jay is the best dog in the world.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of an issue with the cat at first. Like she was just a bit unsure, but he did live in a foster home with cats.
Right.
So we knew
cool.
it was going to be
chill.
sweet. Yeah. He was like just a bit like nervous, but he's still really nervous. Obviously, everything's new to him. He's just been in a kennel in Spain for 2 years.
So how do you mean nervous? He's like, yeah, it's really
He's
overwhelming.
never seen
isn't
anything. It's like road, confusing, doesn't understand what cars are.
So he's a bit of a problem dog at the minute. You've got to sort of break him
he's
in.
Just nervous. He's just like on the, you have to obviously have him on the lead all the time, and he's like pulling back and just a bit jumpy when he sees other dogs. He's a bit like, oh, what's this? And just all the stuff you've got to go through when you get a new dog. But he's 4, so it's a bit strange because he should have seen all this stuff. But dude, he's cool. He's called Cuco. Cuco, yeah, he's cool.
I look forward to meeting
nice.
him.
Yeah, he's nice. So, as Jay's getting older, it's kind of cool. We brought another dog in. It's kind of brought out a whole new lease of life in him as well, which is really nice. Like he's starting to really slow down. He's like 11, right? So he's starting to slow down, and then having Cuco around has like brought him back a little bit, which is really nice.
Yeah.
And I think it's tough, man, because obviously the inevitable will happen at some point. The dog is gonna die. Jay, everything, he's gonna die. But we didn't want to. Everything's gonna die. But we didn't want to feel like we were like replacing him with a new dog after he died. So we thought we'll get one now, and then it's like a nice little transition to the inevitable.
I know what you mean about the replacing.
Yeah,
it is that feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like he is irreplaceable. He's the best dog ever. So it'd be tough to replace him. But yeah, mate, we got him a little friend. He's got a little brother now.
Wicked.
And they hang out and they sleep together on the bed all day.
Nice.
And, he's showing him around local area and shit. So yeah,
Nice.
it's hype, man. It's nice. So yeah, I've been doing that. That's been really cool. Trying to think what else has been going on in my life, bro, since you've been gone.
That's probably quite all encompassing, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is.
Is it? Yeah.
It is, because you're just a bit more alert all the time.
Yeah.
Like you know, at night it's like our house is like pretty quiet. You know, obviously we're out a little bit, and it's like you hear some noise, and you're like, oh, is that the dog fighting? Is he chewing something? Because you don't really know him yet. He's also got a nice habit. So every day,
does he come with a habit? I was going to say street dog.
He's got a little habit. It's not.
What is it?
He's got a couple. He's got like, so Jay.
Not like glue sniffing or anything.
Nah, he's not. Hot sauce guy loves hot sauce.
He'll love this.
He'll love that. Take it back, put it on his dog food. Loves it. So Jay comes up on our bed every single day.
Yeah.
About
how'd you spell
4:30.
that? That was a bad joke. Yeah, carry on.
Yes.
4:30. Yeah.
So Jay gets on our bed every morning.
Yeah.
About 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Okay.
It's fine because he doesn't really. You don't even notice it really. He just creeps upstairs.
Despite him being massive.
But, there's enough space. Like, he'll just get on the bed and he just goes to sleep. So you don't notice he's there. You wake up and you're a bit like crooked. So Kuko's obviously following him upstairs, but he doesn't quite understand getting on the bed. So he just barks. Or he just cries. He'll just be like, arr, arr. So
can he get up or not?
He just doesn't. He's really polite. Like, for a new dog, he's like, he won't go on something unless you tell him. So he's been, I don't know how he's learned that, but he doesn't just go where he wants. He's like, you have to tell him, okay, come upstairs, and he'll go upstairs, or come out the door and he'll go out the door. So, but yeah, he's been waking us up every day, and he's just
tough, isn't it?
a little bit barky every now and again, but we're just not used to it. So
how much bass in the bark? I have a problem when there's not
bit yappy.
Baseless bark's tough, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, that's like, that makes you react. There's something just like,
shut up. Especially because we've never had it. Like,
I mean, any bark's annoying, but like you want like a bit of bass with the treble, don't you?
A good, a good V8.
Yeah, you want a little bit, little something. Like yappy dogs are pretty. I find that bark quite annoying.
Yeah, he's not yappy.
No,
he's not like a little shit dog. You know
no,
I mean?
I didn't mean that. I just mean like you react to the barks more. That's all I mean. Like, it's
I'm
like a more annoying noise.
It's a bit of a thing for me. It's a bit of a stim. It's just like, fucking shut up. But yeah, dude, we got a new dog. That's been really nice. It's
Congrats.
Nice. It's fun. Apart from that, like, while you've been away, I've just been, honestly, dude, I've been doing my thing. Really, I've been, doing work stuff. We've been doing things for the podcast and working on some projects. Speaking of which, go to that break. Mate, I've got a few friends at home.
Yeah.
Starting to show a bit of interest into
now I know you're lying.
Okay.
Gag, because I was trying to say you got no friends. Any good?
It's good.
Cheers. Carry on. So you've got a few friends.
Yeah, friends, and they want to start mountain biking.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, where do you take these people?
Yeah.
You don't want to take them down.
Well, I know where you take them.
Where would you take them?
Well, I think a great place, somewhere that I can go and enjoy it and they can enjoy it.
Yeah.
That place is Bike Park Wales, dude.
It is. It actually is, dude. Especially in the UK.
Yeah.
It is. Or Europe, even. Or
Funnily enough, we spent the day there the other day, didn't we?
We recently went there and spent a day with the trail maintenance crew.
We did indeed.
We did. We went there. We wanted to learn about the park. We wanted to learn about what goes into keeping the park running and all the amazing people behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That maybe when you go there, you hop on the uplift, you go to the cafe, you just have a great day's biking. You don't meet these people. You don't get to engage with them or speak to them.
You don't think about what goes in, do you?
Nah, it's pretty mind-blowing.
It actually was mind-blowing,
Yeah.
wasn't it? It was quite the experience.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a couple of days.
Yeah, it's a great couple of days. And I think, again, like, Bike Park Wales is so good because there's so much there for people.
Yeah.
And it's cool when we were there, obviously, for 2 days. And the amount of people you see there, and it's not like a certain person that's there. It's not like, mountain biker. It's like people that are just getting into it. It's people that have probably been doing it for years.
Yeah, it's everyone. It's impressive, isn't it?
It's like Disneyland for biking.
It is indeed.
Isn't it?
It is.
So there you go. So we recently spent, like Ollie just said, we recently spent a couple of days at Bike Park Wales. We got to meet some of the team. We spent a couple of days there. Had a great day with the trail crew. They were fun.
Can I cut you off?
Please.
I just got a message through.
Uh-oh.
They're offering uplift bundles to reward rider loyalty.
Okay. Interesting.
It's super easy. You just need to buy 2 uplift bundles, just 2 uplifts from the website, and you have credit on your user account to book 2 weekday uplifts anytime between now and the end of September at a discounted price. I don't know if this message is real.
I think it could be. Keep going.
Well, the best thing is just 90 quid for 2 weekday uplifts, meaning uplift day will cost you just £45.
Decent.
Ride more, pay less. It makes sense. September is a long way away, so why not go 4 times, 6 times? Fill your boots, dude.
Fill your boots. Fill your 510s.
Yeah, exactly. It says here they'll be purchasable from the bundles page, which is bikepopwales.com/mountain-bike-bundles. Nice. And there will be also a bundles button on the uplift page.
Mate, the dream. More biking.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if that message is real, but if it is, it's pretty great.
Yeah, maybe it's a scammer. I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
So yeah, the first film of ours comes out on Sunday the 7th of April. So people can watch that. And I hope people enjoy it because it was really cool to go there.
It was, wasn't it?
People, yeah.
Definitely worth a watch. Yeah. Should be great.
Should be good. Thanks, Bike Park Wales.
Thanks, Bike Park Wales.
We appreciate you.
Back in, dude.
Back in, dude. Hot sauce break. Feeling good.
What was that? What was the advert that you just segued to? Because I feel like it was a good segue, but I can't remember what you were trying to...
I don't know. Bike Park Wales. Yeah, it's Bike Park
Wales. Bike Park Wales?
Bike Park Wales.
There you go.
That's the video coming up soon, mate.
Yes.
Hyped.
Yes.
It's going to be good.
That was a good day, wasn't it? Anyway.
Speaking of good days.
Good segue. The really good segue. Imagine a whole conversation of just segues.
Yeah, like that. Is that one?
Speaking of whole
conversation. If you say segues.
No, you don't just say segue. Actually, that'd be easy if it was. Every ad break would be well easy. It would just be like, segue.
Yeah, it would.
You have to think a bit more.
Okay.
It's not possible to have
this episode is going downhill. Speaking of downhill.
Nice. Nice, man. That is really nice. Yeah. Speaking of downhill, we've just had the second round of the Cerro Abajo in Guanajuato, in Mexico.
Yeah.
You watch it?
Yeah. Watched it last night, actually.
I
watched it last night. I didn't want to watch it live.
Yeah. What sort of time was it?
Not sure. But
quite late.
I didn't watch it live.
Yeah.
For some reason. I can't remember. But
I think it was late.
I think it was.
Semi-good, though. Must have been good to have some racing back on for people, I think.
Definitely. A couple of weekends on the bounce. We had Crankworks.
Indeed.
And then we had Cerro Abajo. So, sick. Mate, big fan of the street racing. Becoming more and more of a fan myself.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed watching it last night. For many reasons, which no doubt we're going to talk about. One of the major ones for me, Robin Elliott on the commentary is a massive thing. Obviously, we don't need to, get into that. It's a nice, compact show. Right?
Yeah,
14 riders.
Dude. Yeah, there you go.
Or 15, 14 or 15.
Yeah.
Makes it super easy to just sit and just be like, I'm going to sit and watch that. Whereas sometimes, how it is, it gets to maybe it's a World Cup or whatever event. It's like, this is a thing. It's 3.5 hours, 4 hours. But that was good, compact.
You're nice not locked in for that long. It's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really like good. Watching, an ice hockey game or something. It's just boom, 1 hour-ish. Super easy to, a lot happening. A
lot of work to go in for 1 hour of live TV.
That's a good point.
I mean, when you actually think about it, I mean, these things are always, if you're, for me being over there, I'm quite immersed in it. It's quite hard to...
Have you watched the broadcast?
Yes.
You have? Yeah. Cool. Yeah. That's cool. I didn't think you would have, I'll be honest. I don't know why. I just figured you're there. You just wouldn't have watched it, but...
No, I did. Well, to be honest, during finals, we're up on the hill.
Yeah.
So we're spread out. We don't have no idea.
Yeah, you don't know what's going on.
All we have is a radio telling us when stuff's going wrong. So it's it's not, you can't stay on top of the racing at all. Yeah.
Okay. So where should we start? Should we start at the beginning?
Let's start at the beginning.
Always a nice way to start.
I was a young boy.
Yeah, I know, right? You first picked up a screwdriver and an impact driver at the age of 14.
What is the beginning?
What is the beginning? Let's going out to Mexico. how did you establish the team for this year? Who went out with you? And who is the team?
The team was Christian Fairclough, Olly Megcalf, and John Davis.
For anyone watching, the reason he pointed at me is not because we're having an affair or anything like that.
No,
it's just because he fixed my van.
He did fix your van,
and I know him.
Problem solver, dude. That's why he's out there.
Efficient.
John Davis, seasoned trail builder.
Yeah,
perfect, especially when it comes to dirt.
Yeah.
Christian Fairclough, the brains behind the operation just can like make stuff work. Ever since we were kids, actually, Christian's been like, you know, we've been messing around in their garden. He always like built all of he built everything. We used to have trailers on the motorcycles and like ramps, and it was always Christian's
that's cool
handiwork. So yeah, the team's always really good. You have to really be able to like rely on. I tell you what, it is actually a cool thing to talk about, because it's really, really important. Like, this is the third one I've done that involves live television.
Okay.
I've done an awful lot. I've done for 8 years now.
Yeah. How many have you done then in total?
Loads, because for many years it was like 3 a year.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. So we've done a lot of street races, and as soon as you add live TV, it adds an extra element.
Right.
Because if you see how much work goes into bringing a live broadcast to Guanajuato,
yeah,
it is insane.
Okay.
Every camera, it is live. It is live. I watched it from the side of the track, because when I was going down the track, I stopped by the TV track, and they were all sat outside watching the live broadcast, and it is actually live. Yeah.
Wow.
It happens right there.
It's live in the fact that it's broadcast obviously on YouTube and on Red Bull TV. I wonder if it'd change it if it was broadcast on like national TV. Because I guess in a way,
in order to make a pause,
yeah,
in case,
and also I guess it'd have to fit into more stringent. You know, it's only on at this time. Does that make sense? Like, okay, it's on at 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Whereas I guess with them, they've got a little bit of flexibility, because it could overrun, or I don't know. Yes and no. I mean, like, it's satellite, isn't it? So it has to. That's what I've always found crazy about Rampage. They can't, Rampage, for instance. There's always this sort of uproar about riders dropping in the wind and stuff. It's horrible. You get your name called and you drop into one of the most dangerous things in your life. But like, there's a satellite that can only be seen. Right. So it has to fit that into broadcast window is like narrow. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. There you go. So I mean, I'm probably talking out of turn. I don't really understand everything, but it's live and it's it adds a lot of pressure if you build the course. Yeah. Because you don't want to go wrong. No. So you've established the team. Yes. Head out to Mexico. We've got a team of 4, 3 of which have done these builds before. One of which is he's a rookie. He's a rookie, but he's fixed everything in everyone in our friendship group's lives for years, and he's good to go. Like, to be honest, we've all worked together before, and everyone there is a biker, so it's quite important that right. So we've headed out. Yeah. How do you I think we spoke about this before, but it might be interesting for people who haven't heard that episode. How do you get this job? How did it mate, it's so long ago. It come around to start doing it? It was Taxco. Name got put forward for Taxco, and I just put together a I put together a proposal, and the original crew had Duncan Ferris from Bike Park Wales on. Yeah. Liam Mason, Christian Fairclough, who we just saw, and we headed out to Taxco. And back then, it was very freestyle. Right. I probably was at a point in my life where I was just like, I'll do it, no worries, without really thinking about it. Like now I know we're good at it. Yeah. Like the amount of work you have to do to get a whole course finished is so much. It's like you really have to work mega hard. Yeah. But back then I was kind of like clueless to it. Yeah, build a couple of berms, build some ramps. And Christian came up with this, which we still use now, this sort of like plan for the landings. Okay. How to bring a dirt landing. Right. Which is pallets. Yeah, exactly. Building sides. He just made it up on the spot, and then, well, he didn't. He made it up on the plane over, but like, I still think that's really cool. We still use it to this day, and it's really effective. Like, but back then it all went wrong. Did it? Like the first Taxco was very difficult. We had dirt. Like, basically, you make a shell of a landing, you stack pallets, and then you make essentially a set of steps made out of pallets, all sealed, and fill it with dirt. Yeah. But we didn't used to tie everything together as well, and we weren't aware of what can go wrong, and it can go wrong. So like the first Taxco we had landings splitting and going out, and if you imagine the weight of dirt, it's tons of dirt pushing outwards. Yeah. And when you've got like a live event and there's holes appearing in the landing, it was terrifying. Shit.
So it was really stressful when we did the first one, and then, but we've always been quite weird to think, because with all that said, we did actually, like, after we finished, we wrote positives and negatives about each one, and we've tried to get better, and we've tried to get more dialed.
Yeah.
And it's changed so much since then. Now we're working with Phosphoro Productions and their crew, and they're so dialed. Like, we have such good friendships with them through doing these jobs, and honestly, it's like,
so they're the
streamlined operation.
Are they the organizer?
Yeah, for Guanajuato and for the first Medellin race that we did for PX Sports. It was like live on Central American, South American TV.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So they sell the idea to Red Bull. Is that? Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's all very much intertwined now.
Yeah.
This Cerro Abajo series is like pretty. I mean, hopefully I think it's such an obvious one to pursue because it's such amazing racing.
Yeah.
I never know talking about it, right? Because I'm really in it, dude. I've really, like, 2 weeks.
In the street race scene.
No, but I mean, like, the last 2 weeks is literally all I've thought about, all I've done. I've been up ladders at 11 o'clock at night, bolting bits of ply to walls and crawling through dog poo and drilling. You know, like, I haven't done anything other than that, really. So when I come back, I think I've got a lot of enthusiasm, and I'm like, I don't know, does anyone actually...
I think it's super interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's one of the coolest things.
Who'd have thought if you'd have said to the young Olly Wilkins at one point in life, you're going to be in Mexico building street race downhill courses.
Yeah,
you'd be like, I'll take that.
It's the coolest thing ever. But it is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like the places we get to go to and the things we get to do is just so... Yeah. I enjoy it so much.
How many years have you done this one?
This one's the second year.
So the first year was the first time, wasn't it, that you'd done it there?
In Guanajuato, yeah.
And so before going into it, is the course mapped out? You know what's going on?
So basically, we design the features, not the course, because the course has to have clearance. Yeah. If you actually imagine the scale of organisation to kind of go past this many people's houses, close this many roads, have an uplift, it is crazy the amount of work that goes into that 1 hour show.
Yeah.
Hopefully the story surrounding it is big enough that definitely the story is big enough around it and the media that they get from it and stuff. But it seems crazy that it's all compressed into 1.5 hour broadcast or whatever it is.
Totally.
Yeah.
What do the locals and stuff think? Like, are they like into it?
So with any spot we've ever done, year one, you're like acutely aware that you're just an annoyance at the start. Certainly, I always feel a little bit like I turn up and it's like, oh, who's this guy? You know, why is he walking around my neighbourhood? Like, who's this weirdo? Like, with his tools but I think it really helps that we're all they're not necessarily all friendly neighbourhoods, but we're all very friendly, and also we're doing pretty honest work. Like, it is literally carrying timber, bolting it together, and cleaning up poos, and you know, you can't hate on people for. I think it'd be easier if we're all on our laptops editing. You know what I mean? It would seem more like we're just like fancy English people, but we're not fancy English people. We're not. We're doing like quite a gnarly job. So the coolest thing about the first year is that someone who lives on the track doesn't have a clue what mountain biking is.
No.
You know, this is a completely different. This isn't.
And obviously the team have gone there and spoke to everyone in that
cycle event. Yeah, they've told them there's going to be bicycles racing down the streets and stuff, but it's not a given that they're going to, oh yeah, we've seen the Cerro Abajo before, it's brilliant, yeah, well up for it. It's not really like that necessarily. These are like neighbourhoods that don't always have a lot of opportunity or money and stuff, and like that's what makes it so cool and rewarding. I think what I enjoy the most about it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really amazing, yeah.
And what's interesting to think as well, it's like, you know, I guess you don't leave that venue or that town now, and like, is there anything left for them there?
Yeah.
What is it? Like, so what I'm trying to say is, it's like, you can see why. God, it's an awful question, but I'm trying to rationalise it in my head. Sorry. So it's like, you can see how venues want World Cups because it brings riders to the venue, to that city, to that town, whatever it is.
So
whereas with this, what's left?
So, actually, another company I've worked for did a really good job of like putting together pictures as to what the benefits are to hosting these events. What you often find in a lot of these like a lot of these places that we've built the street races is as you turn up, there'll previously be a triathlon or a motorbike trial or a rally or a
Right.
and not necessarily rally. That was last year in Guanajuato, and that was ridiculous. It was WRC. But like, what I mean is, where I live, nothing goes on.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
They do football on Sundays. Nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing to bring a community together. And the reason they do it in certain these areas, there's like socioeconomic studies that suggest that there's like, it lowers crime, it increases people's pride on the area. For their area, they feel like they live somewhere that means something, which you can see is like,
yeah, that's beautiful.
You take a lot of stuff for granted.
Yeah,
like, I've learnt an awful lot going over there. You know, I was bright-eyed, bushy-tailed at first. I was just like, Mexico. Didn't really quite understand why I was there. I was just there to build a bike race, but certainly my picture, definitely of the world, actually, has changed through not just from that, but like through travel. You just get a bit more of a well-rounded picture, I think.
Definitely.
So that's the reason. Imagine thinking I live in the bad end and there's no opportunity and there's nothing going on, and why would anyone want to come here? I'm not necessarily saying that's the case with Guanajuato, because it's not, but certain parts of it, yes.
Yeah.
And you grow up, you're 10 years old and you just, you know, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And then for something to happen of that magnitude, and you can see it on TV, and you get to meet all these people, and you get to watch it build around you. And why have they chosen my streets? No one's chosen my street where I live. No one's chosen where I live for anything.
Yeah.
But I don't need them to. Whereas I think actually in some places it really has huge benefit.
Wow.
It's very cool.
It's a great way. Yeah, actually wasn't expecting that answer. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much in that community feeling, man.
Mate.
Like,
I tell you the truth. I know I'm probably a bit tired and hungover from the event. You know, this like event hangover, because it's a proper spike of all of your efforts. But I do come back here and I think, gosh, people aren't friendly.
Really?
And like I've just been somewhere and there's so much like,
I've been thinking about it loads recently. You know, where I live, I've moved recently, right? And like, there's so much community where I live, and it's so good. Like, I love living there, and I've never had that in my life anywhere. Like, you can say on the service level, I love where I live because I get to drive out to beautiful places, this and that. But what I mean now is I love literally the street that I live on. Yeah. Because everyone's really nice to you, and you feel a sense of, I want to look after this place. Yeah. Mate, I made my first complaint to the council. Never done that in my life.
What was it? Tell me, please.
The bin lorry drove over with a grass verge.
What's he doing, dude?
How pathetic. I couldn't believe I was doing it, but I did it because I like where I live. Nice, I care. Yeah. And that's, kind of goes full circle, doesn't it?
You don't need a street race to make you care, but certain places do. And I think, it's super cool. Yeah. It is super cool. We got a mix of like, so what Phosphoro Productions does so well is they kind of like make sure that there's no sort of animosity towards the event or anything. Yeah, there kind of can't be. It's so full on. There can't be any animosity, and a lot of that is through community work and stuff. And it's so
what are examples of that? Do you know?
For instance, like all our materials, they get brought around by guys from the neighbourhood. Yeah. So we've got a team of guys from the neighbourhood that help us on the build. You know,
they're getting paid.
Yeah. They're getting paid, and they have this opportunity to just work, and then they're kind of these figureheads. They're these figureheads in the neighbourhood, so they will then look after the ramps that stop them from being burnt down, moved, the timber being stolen. Yeah. There's
a threat of that though out there.
Yeah,
always threat.
Well, not everyone's stoked to have a massive jump outside the house. Yeah, normal life carries on. Yeah, we have to build steps around each feature, and like there's a lot of like communication with the people there. I tell you what, I got some like yeah, some comments over the years. We've got some comments from people that think that it's just like 4 white boys rock up and build jumps at, and it's so far from that.
Right.
There's so much work that goes into it.
Yeah.
And you know, we're the tiniest part of the team. Like the team that we work with is so amazing that every aspect is like sorted out. So
It's nice to think that there is this knock-on effect now of like, you know, an up in community in, just enjoying, taking pride in where they live.
Yeah.
They're obviously going to want to make it look nice on TV. They're going to, you know, they're going to want that. They want to come back every year. It brings money. Is there like, it's probably a silly question, but where that event actually is, I don't know anything about that area. Is there like shops and...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Is it like what I'd know here as a town?
So the centre of town is like cosmopolitan and has a really good thriving tourist industry. It's really nice, really lovely. But you go up in the hills, and you know, from where the start of the track is, you know, you have to be careful talking about other people's neighbourhoods. But I would say the start of the track is pretty rough,
right? And
like, there's not a great deal of, you know, money and stuff, and like opportunity. And there's so up there's more like the shops are more kind of like people's houses, and you go in and you can buy stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise the towns are unbelievable. Right. Lovely place.
There you go.
Probably I would say the nicest place the nicest town I've been to in Mexico. The coolest
I think that's
place.
Maybe, I mean, I'm not telling Red Bull definitely how to suck eggs here, but that'd be really nice to come across in the broadcast. Like, what's that place actually like? Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know if that was in there. I only watched the replay. I don't know if bits were edited out. I don't know.
It was in there actually, and
go.
I didn't get to see it either because the pre-show wasn't there. But the town is unreal. Yeah. It's all like, historically, it's a mining town. Like actually a few places we've been to there.
Right.
But it's really cool, really arty, sick. Really like vibrant, and really cool.
Mate, great. There you go. Learned loads there, just in that little segue.
Yeah, it's hell of a spot, yeah. And one of the coolest things as well is like, so for instance, the team of the guys from the neighbourhood, the street guys that are working with us, you can tell they're just like at the start, and then you slowly like become friends, and then by the end of it, we're friends with all of them, and like now we've got friends from last year that would come over, and I don't speak very good Spanish. Try really hard, but can't properly communicate. But you can communicate enough to know that you've made friends with someone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like not really like, it doesn't have to be like we are friends.
No, that's nice.
And and you end up with all of these mates by the end of it. Yeah.
How cute.
Yeah.
Speaking of cute, to the ad break.
Do you ever get frustrated that you cannot watch certain live sports events because they aren't televised or available in your country? Nod, nod, wink, wink. Well, with NordVPN, I can switch my virtual location to a country that is showing the sports event I want to watch. So don't miss out, and I can watch the action live.
Nice, mate. NordVPN helps me save money as well, as it protects from cybercrime. Ollie, mate, you book loads of flights, and it's annoying when the prices keep changing, right?
Yeah.
Simply change your location with NordVPN and bag yourself a deal. You can even watch streaming services like you're still in Mexico, or get loads more shows on the US version with 5,000 plus server options. No show is out of your reach, and real time. The other night, I watched USA Netflix, and it's better.
Is it? There's more?
Yeah, it's way better.
So
all right. Every now and again, dude, as well, I've got to be honest, I go on some pretty dodgy websites.
You're willing to, yeah.
Yeah. I've been looking at Portures, Portaloos. Why not? I like looking at Portaloos sometimes. Portuguese recipes. Okay. All right. Portraits for the house. I've been looking at those.
I get what you're doing with this gag. Yeah,
and sometimes I look at e-bikes, and I like to keep my browsing history private. Okay. Yeah. Here is where Nord's threat protection comes to play, as it blocks malicious websites, stops web traffickers, and removes annoying ads.
Amazing. Well, we like to share, don't we? So
yes,
we like to share this with you our listener. Grab your exclusive NordVPN deal by going to nordvpn.com/TRC to get a huge discount off your NordVPN plan and 4 extra months for free, Davey.
Whoa.
It's completely risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee.
You say that's risk-free?
Yep, with 30 days money-back guarantee.
So there's literally no risk. You can get 30 days money-back guarantee if you give it a try, right? So give it a try. Maybe watch a few things on TV, like a few shows. Maybe watch a few sporting events.
Maybe you like it.
Yeah, maybe you like it, okay? NordVPN.com/TRC. That's it. That's that. Thank you, NordVPN, for getting involved with the podcast. We really appreciate you. This is going to be very helpful, especially coming into the season.
The busy season.
Busy season.
You are right, actually. I'm going to get Netflix.
And you too can also look at
Netflix US,
all sorts of stuff, Portuguese and Portaloos. Anyway, thank you, NordVPN.
Thanks, NordVPN.
We're in. Great app.
It's quite good having crisps here for the every ad break.
It is actually, isn't it? I mean, that was a long ad break too. We even ordered Chinese food. Okay. There's a lot more to talk about this. I mean, it's quite a fascinating thing, the fact that you go out there.
Yeah, I feel like I'm boring. I could honestly talk.
No, I don't think you're boring at all. It's interesting. It's really interesting. What changes did you make to the course this year from last year? I've seen the containers, but what else?
So the top section we changed. The right out the gate, you come out of a turn.
Yep.
And then you're into these crazy steps that are all different. It's really hard to ride. I've really struggled to ride down them, if I'm honest, with my hand.
Yeah.
It was like not the perfect thing to do 8 weeks after breaking my hand and my arm. But like it all worked. So it was good. But I was pretty nervous actually about all of that. And the top steps were the worst thing
just
for it.
Irregular.
Really irregular, really steep, really fast. You have to be strong.
Okay.
And then we built a lily pad, which is like even worse for if you can't hold
Is
onto
that
your
new?
bar. Yeah,
The lily pad was new.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, previously it was like a step down over the road and straight back into steps. And we wanted to to speed up that top section, make a lily pad, and it worked super good. It was fucking cool. Yeah.
Okay. I guess the issue with that could be, how do you figure out the speed knowing for a lily pad? Because people could have gone too far and missed it, or...
Yeah. So I guess that's why it's good. Because I have to ride it. I have to stand by what distances we have. So that's why it's good having people build something that actually ride it. So if you think about it, I'm just building it for me to ride. Yeah. And then it'll be a good racetrack if I can ride it. So obviously if I didn't make it, we would change it. Okay. But I made it. It was all good.
We're all good.
Yeah. So it was like 8 seconds to the first turn. It was insane how quick it was. Like it's a long section and you just drop. Yeah. 8 seconds. Well, for me, in the clip, we watched it and we were like probably 6 for fast boys. But wow. There was like a right-hander which had some like dirt as well. It's like a, you know what I mean? It was that's much further down. Yeah.
That's much further down.
So... course-wise, changes-wise, yeah?
Yeah, let's go down the course.
So the lily pad was the first change. Yeah. Then the left-hander, I think we made really good this year. We used like a radius, a slightly wider radius, and there were less compressions. So it meant that you could really carry a lot of speed onto that first flat section before you drop into Gary's house, which is the first section through the window.
Was that a black left-hander?
No, it was actually it was a black left-hander, but it was at the end of the lily pad straight. Okay, so that carried loads of speed, and then there was that was Red Bull branded, and then there was another black left-hander into Gary's house, which is just like you just have to get riders into the house. It's so narrow, and
one of them looks so ridiculously fast.
Yeah,
I mean they're all ridiculous.
First left was insane.
It was super banked, and you could see that people were really coming off it, just like woof.
Yeah, it was insane. We like used radius. We just got really good this year, and we made it really nice. And there were no compressions.
That's the feature's called radius.
No, the radius of the turn.
Radius of the turn.
The radius of the turn was really nice, and it pinged you out in the right direction. I mean, all of the stuff you don't see is
because that's the thing. Shocking. You could build something which pings someone into a wall.
Yeah, yeah. And walls, there are many.
Yes.
So like even on the landing of that, there's like a concrete block that you could just going at the pace that those boys are going at, like it would be awful to hit the concrete block, and it's right there on the landing. So there's loads of things. I think the annoying thing about street racing is until you're actually there, you don't necessarily see exactly how dangerous it is and the pace that they're going at, and it is really insane. Like, I know, like, downhill is insane. You've got trees everywhere and stuff, but this is a lot of hard edges. It's high risk stuff, and it makes it all the more impressive when you see the pace they go at.
Yeah,
especially the sharp end.
Yeah,
it's really something to behold. Yeah,
I mean, even watching it, and again, this is no discredit to anyone, because even, you know, a Jono coming down there and the pace he did is insane. It's fascinating. It's wild, but there is a noticeable jump around the point at the end around 5th and 6th. It's just like, fuck, these guys are hauling.
And it's very cool that majority of the pointy end is from Central and South America.
Yeah,
it's very cool that they practice for these exact events. I love it for them. I love the energy they bring into it is insane. Like, it's I'm saying insane too much. Don't you hate it when you have a word that you're saying
like
too
an
much?
extreme sports thing, like we're just like wild.
I don't mean, it's like a
guys,
YouTube. It's really like a YouTube clickbait thing, isn't it? But it is really, the energy they bring in is really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if you watch one for at the top before a run, one for Valles, the winner, we'll go through the results, but if you watch him at the top, you can see it means something. You can see he's dropping in.
We're in.
He's not holding back. This is a race run, dude. This isn't oh, I need to pace myself. This is absolutely on the edge the whole way down. I know what I'm going to do. I've been going flat out down this track ever since I got here. This means something, and I think that's something that I think comes across in street racing. I think it's pretty special and unique for me anyway.
They chipped a lot of time off, like practice times too. Yeah, qualifying times.
Yeah, and qualifying was absurd as well. So yeah. So you go through Gary's drop, and you're right. The next big feature that we changed was the containers. It was a good way of going across the flat section with a bit more speed. Okay. Those steps are amazing. They're so cool to watch. And the container was pretty scary. Like, we did our best to make it as safe as possible, but obviously containers are 8 foot tall. Yeah. And you've got a 6 foot bloke on a bike hurtling down some stairs into it with a compression before. So our job was to make the running into it as safe as possible. And it was borderline, honestly, because if you bucked, it would be game over. You can't touch the container. It's very scary. Like, what the team there do so well is we talk about it with everyone on the track walk. It's like, this is a dangerous area. You have to... It's funny because you don't really get that in like a World Cup. If there was a tree overhead, no one would talk about it. But the fact that we've put the container there, it's on the track and it's low. Yeah, you have to sort of like address it. You have to be like, guys,
you do the track walks then, and you talk to people. Through what you feel.
I put a YouTube up of me testing.
Link below.
Yeah, it actually wasn't it was largely just for riders, because when they arrive, it really is helpful for them to see each feature be tested. Nice. And, you know, I test things. I can't do a top to bottom run because the logistics involved in closing down streets, getting dogs out of the way, people out of the way, it's too much. Yeah. But I can test each feature. Yeah. And I tend to do like sort of 3 runs on every feature, 4 runs. We don't really have a lot of time, but I do 4. My 4th run will be, I'll try and up pace a little bit and sort of see if you want to see if everything moves. We'll have like one person stationed behind the obstacle, making sure it's not like too much movement. Right. It's funny, like you get all tuned into like vibrations. If anything moves a tiny bit, all it's doing is like, there's a screw in there that's just doing that. And you know, like, do you remember when you were a kid and you got a staple and you just bend it until it breaks? It's just doing that, really. Right. So you have to be quite on it with making sure everything's going to last a live feed. Because if it went wrong, it would be our fault. So that's what we're aiming for. Right. For it to last a live feed.
There's a lot of stuff, like wood that's screwed into the floor so that doesn't slip out, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. But it's like, I'm sure there's people... The problem is you have to build at such a pace and you have to make sure it survives the live feed. You can't do a methodical, clean job. You know, you can't do nice carpentry. You can't bird's mouth joints. You have to get it done. Yeah. So there are joints that are relying on screws, which isn't ideal. You want timber to go like this. You don't want it to be side by side, but we have to, just because we literally can't. you screw it together, cut off the tops. It's that kind of thing. So yeah, we need everything to be as strong as possible.
As we're going down the course now, is this how you build it? Do you start at the top and just
Not
work
necessarily,
down?
no, because we have a number of road closures, and we can't just like we get there 2 weeks before, so we can't just close a residential street for a whole 2 weeks.
Okay.
So it makes it very difficult.
Right.
That aspect is the hardest thing. That's the thing over the years we've struggled the most, because you can have a job that you know is quite big, but you can't, like the jumps at the end, you can't, they're in the centre of the town. You can't just shut down the whole town centre. So therefore we've got ramps that need to come in and out.
Okay.
So the lily pad had to come in and out. All of the wall rides had to have doorways in. This is all stuff you don't think about.
Wow.
But people have to get to their houses, yeah.
Okay.
So the same with Gary's drop. That ladder you couldn't just block the path. People walk all the way up,
Right.
with their shopping, to their house. So so we like the work ramps up at the end of the week with things that we need to fix.
Yeah. Okay.
And like
that you've
the
like
ramps
built
have
it,
to
but
come
then you
out.
fix it, like you fix it into place.
Yeah.
For the actual event.
For practice, then it has to come out after.
Right.
Then for quali, it has to go back in again. It's a lot. It is a lot that you don't see.
No wonder you sound a bit croaky.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Your voice
I'm tired,
tired.
yeah. So we're at Gary's. Now we've gone through the container. Then we're onto the wall rides.
Yep.
The wall rides stayed approximately the same as last year.
What I liked about the wall ride, from a viewer's perspective, love the fact that there's just a thing you have to do.
Yeah.
Quite cool.
Very cool, isn't it?
Tyres have
There's
to
a lot
touch
of
the wall.
unique elements to street
Like
racing,
that.
and that is
I'm
cool,
into
isn't
that.
it? Yeah. And I don't know if you saw, but on the wall ride itself, there were phones. It was like sponsored by a phone company.
Yes.
And it was like the tyres went over the phones, and then on the landing it said indestructible. And
Yeah, okay. I didn't
all
pick
these
up on it,
little
but
things.
yeah, that's
I
nice.
love that as well about street racing, that they're like sponsored features.
That's cool.
Very
Really
cool, yeah.
Yeah. But I like I was trying to think while I was watching the broadcast, like how could that be used in downhill, like traditional downhill? Like you have to do, like you have to go a certain way, or you have to pick a certain line. I don't know. But I thought it was neat. It's just cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
It gave like Rob and Elliot something as well. They were like, "Oh, did his tyres touch the wall?" It was dead good.
We slowed it down before that wall ride. We made the jump purposefully too small, because it was like, if you give people unlimited speed into that, down that run in,
That's why some people were over jumping it.
Yeah, exactly. It's on a turn, and we like thought about putting chicanes in after, but instead we just made the jump a bit smaller,
Right.
and a bit more awkward.
Yeah.
Because that is, you run a fine line if you're making a track between, like, you could make it for only the top three, and you could probably crank everything back a little bit, but you can't really do that.
No.
And a racetrack's all
No.
about like some things you have to squash. That's how it is. So
This is what as well. While I was watching the broadcast, I was thinking, it's like, where is time made up?
Yeah.
Because it's not. I mean, maybe I'm off. It's pretty much a one line course.
yeah, we had a couple of. I mean, there's a couple of sections that there were options.
Okay.
Like the container actually originally had a step in the middle of the landing, and then we ended up chipping off the step. But when it had a step, that would have been a 2-line option,
Right.
and you would have had to be in. You would have had to be really crazy to jump to the outside.
Okay.
Because you'd be so close to the container, but it would have given you a time advantage.
Right.
But then you say that, but then the time differences were there, so that people
that's
are
what
finding
I mean.
time.
Where is it made? Like, where is that time?
Yeah, it's hard to say that it's not on the pedals. You see
Interesting.
the top boys coming out of that first left, for instance. The power they have in the pedals is very impressive, and there's a few sections of pedaling on the track overall.
Who was it who, you probably know, pedalled down that wall ride?
I don't know,
Oh.
It
Who was it? It was
pedaled down the wall ride.
Yeah. Who was it? I wrote it down. Not Bernardo Cruz.
Great to see Bernardo Cruz back at a street race. Huge fan of Bernardo Cruz from the days of the whip off, him winning the whip off, and
Sebastian.
He's a real gent.
Sebastian Hogan.
Oh yeah.
Pedalled down the wall ride.
I mean, you watched it.
It's so sick.
Dude. Watching people ride that track, like especially the top boys. I don't mean to bang on about it, but everyone's very impressive. Everyone's very fast.
Yeah.
Let's say what's our 15th place finisher?
Jonathan Jones.
Jono Jones. Obviously, we all know Jono's an amazing rider, very fast. Like when you watch the boys that train for street racing, you can't deny that it is a different thing. It is like, holy, they're street races, you know, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So the next thing we changed was Frida's. Frida is actually a dog, but it lives in the house. Frida this year looked rabid, like she's going to bite my face off.
Oh, God.
Thankfully, she didn't. She stayed on the roof. But we didn't actually go through a house this year. Last year, it caused a lot of problems. It was like a bit of a bottleneck section.
I remember that section, right?
Yeah, you jumped out
They
the
had
window.
the TV playing.
Yeah.
Was it that one? They had TV playing inside it.
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah. But it was really tight and you jumped out. I mean, I quite like those bottleneck sections on tracks.
Okay.
I wasn't like mad at last year's. It did have a lot of crashes, which isn't good for business. You don't really want that. But like, I quite like where you have to brake. I think that's quite a cool part of a track. Speak to the racers, they just want to go faster and faster and faster. But I quite like bits that I actually think they're separators, braking points. So for instance,
like
if you got to jump out of a window or a scrub, you know, a stall wall or a, which you don't really see stall walls in moto anymore, do you?
No.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, but anyway, so that was canned, and we went around and through Frida's garden instead. So that involved like a 90-degree wall ride with a gap onto a landing, and then like a small section of dirt and kind of a lily pad down onto the road.
Okay.
That was really cool. Like the wall ride landing, a lot of people cased. So that's another example of like separators. It's like a feature that separates people out. Like they were, so we only saw 15 people on the broadcast, but there were actually a lot more racing in qualifying. Yeah. A lot of them cased the wall ride. So that's
mainly South American. Because I'm not too sure who else was there other than what I saw in the broadcast.
No, there's a good mix.
Yeah,
good mix. Yeah. Okay. Again, like that. I could go on about this for ages, but before finals, I got sent a video at like 11, 12 at night or something, and a car had driven into that landing, and the landing was just wrecked. The one off after Frida's house.
Okay.
So then, you have to go back and do all these repairs. And like that happened throughout the 2 weeks. You have to like repair the things that you have built just because people are still living their lives. They're walking up and down them and motorbikes are going over them. And yeah. So we had to do a full rebuild of that landing, move it back into place. We would spray on the ground where everything is so that you can, so that when it gets smashed or broken, you can put it back where it is. Yeah. Then you're into Slavic stairs. Are you still with me?
Yeah.
Shall I go through the whole course, yeah?
Yeah. Slavic stairs. Why Slavic stairs?
Because he crashed there last year.
Yeah, of course.
Huge crash, but only a man like Thomas Slavic can survive.
He was, again, for a viewer, one of those ones where you just like, holy, he is an operator.
Mate, he's
pumping stuff. Just like...
made for it. He's up for it. He's really impressive.
Yeah.
Really impressive. So he rounded out the podium in third. It was really good to see him on the podium because last race, Valparaiso, he snapped his chain out the gate, which is really gutting. I swear I've seen him do it before as well. He's got 2,300 watts going through those legs.
He's operator.
Yeah. So he was actually, interestingly, he was like the highest ranked enduro bike.
Obviously,
last year was won by
you.
Camilo Sanchez on an enduro bike.
Right.
I was on a trail/enduro bike on my Jam, and I can tell you it's pretty bumpy out there, I'll be honest. So I find it really interesting that because there are pedal sections and you do make up time on them, but clearly not enough. Made it through the pedal sections.
Homie was on what looked like an e-bike. Who was that?
Bernardo was, yeah.
Obviously,
and Fishback was last race, Valparaiso. He was on an e-bike as well. They'd take out the battery.
Wow.
Yeah, interesting, eh?
Yeah. If you could choose one bike, which one would you do it on?
Do any of them bring two? I've ridden everything on the trail bike. I would probably pick a downhill bike. Like it's rough. The steps are rough.
Yeah.
And if you sacrifice a tiny bit of pedaling, clearly Wanford didn't. Clearly Sebastian didn't. Then
we're jumping all over here. I know we're still doing the course rundown.
No, I like it.
But riders make changes to the bikes. Do you to test features? Is there anything you do to the Focus Jam? Yeah, that's right. The Focus Jam. Okay, everyone. The spring deals are on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. So that's 150 mil of travel.
Yeah.
unlike this van that we have in the background, it's actually 130, I think. But my
background.
150 is not a sensible amount probably to use on a street race course. But I would usually pump up my suspension quite a lot.
Yeah.
So I just skim the top of the steps just to make it.
Okay.
It means you have to go a bit quicker to make it less harsh, but it is easier to go quicker. But because I couldn't really hold on that well, I wasn't entirely sure how much I could hold on. I actually ran softer this year, and it makes it a lot harder.
Yeah, I bet.
Way harder. You
Tyre pressures?
I don't go anywhere near what those boys do.
They're pumping up.
Why? Yeah.
Dirt jump.
I got 40 in the back, 35 in the front, and
Right.
then in my suspension, I just ran my. I don't know if I ran my rear that much lower, but my front I ran lower, and it meant it. Honestly, my suspension was like packing up. If I tried to pump down stairs, it honestly feels like you're going slower.
Okay.
You pump more, like you put more in, and you get less out. Whereas if you have like a fork that's sitting on top, so if you watch top boys, bikes are very hard. Yeah.
Right. Interesting. A lot of them were like square, especially when you looked at some of the footage from
See
like
Adrian,
behind. Yeah.
they're on. Whoa,
I know.
That's one of the coolest street race clips. If you know how quick they're coming through that section, how narrow it is, how steep it is,
Yeah.
it makes it all the wilder. That is a clip, dude.
That
We've
is a
got
clip.
to put that. We
We'll put the
have
clip
to
in.
put that in. That is insane. Drifting around a turn. Bop, 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 bop.
So sick.
But basically, every step has like a trail line. They're all concrete, and it has like a trail line. You know, where you finish off the step.
Yeah.
And that's very slippery.
Right.
So the only bit that wasn't is the colourful steps where they put Comex paint on it.
Yeah.
Which is actually a sponsor of that whole section, but it's like grip paint.
Right.
So you still see people like chatter along just because they're in the air half the time, but the rest of the steps are so slippery. Like that Laurent clip's cool.
Yeah,
Isn't
stick
it?
in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it is good.
Okay, carry on down the course. Sorry. we're
Carry on down the
jumping
course.
all
We've got
over.
another flat pedally section. There's a little bit after that Slavic steps. There's another little bit of a flat pedally section. Well, it's still actually downhill, but flat compared to the rest of the course. Then you've got the section where the drone was coming through, and it was pretty obvious that you needed to be clipped in for that. I would say. I think everyone
Didn't
was
it?
clipped in, but
Really, yeah.
yeah,
I didn't
but-
even look or notice actually who was and
Okay,
who
yeah,
wasn't.
no,
clipped in.
I didn't really either. You just sort
Obviously
of
you
assume
don't.
racing. Yeah, but I don't have to go down there too quick.
True.
So we're all right. I just got to test it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that comes out onto the final straight, where we had the jumps.
Okay.
Yeah. And the jumps were cool.
Same as
had
last
them-
year?
So last year I tested it at, I think it was, I can't exactly remember, but I tested it at way bigger.
Yeah.
And then I didn't
Then
really
you-
factor in, how tired you are at the bottom of the course. So then we moved it in. And this year we started with it moved in, and people felt it was too small. But then
The
there's
first
still
one,
cases.
the
and
first
there's
of the
still-
two looked steeper and like...
No, it wasn't.
Wasn't?
They're actually really quite slack. There's something about it that makes it, because it's made out of wood and stuff, it makes it look steep, but
Right.
it's really not steep. Yeah. No, they've got a 6.5 meter radius and they're
Okay.
7 foot tall.
Right.
So it's really like pretty chill.
Okay.
Bear in mind, like probably a slope style ramp's got like maybe it depends. Who knows what they have at Joyride, but like a one that you might ride in a bike park might be like 8 foot tall with a 4 meter radius, way steeper.
Okay.
So that's just the circle you draw.
Yeah.
So you just get a bit of string to make them. You just get a bit of string and draw the radius. That's all it is. A ramp.
Okay.
And then take make the top flat.
Okay. Well, there you
So
go.
that's the shape of a ramp.
That's the shape of the ramp.
Yeah.
Lad science. But
There
not
you go.
really.
There
Actual
you go.
science.
Actual science. There you
Actual
go.
science.
Numbers.
Yeah.
I got a crazy book with all measurements of everything, and we've changed and moved around over the years. 6.5 meters or 6 3/4 meters is what we always used when they do racing and a free ride event.
Okay.
And maybe we'll change it next year. I like the jumps because you see people scrub, and then you also see people pull up, which I think is cool.
Yeah, for sure. So already we're talking next year. So we're locked in for next year already, or what?
No, never
No,
locked in.
never locked in.
But fingers crossed. I'd love to go back. Always.
Yeah. Do you
I'd
think?
love to do more.
I mean,
dude.
the obvious
Love
question
it.
here, one that actually came through a few times because we put up a list of questions things, which I just
cool.
remembered. About like a street race in the UK. Do you think can it be done?
Yeah, I mean,
Is there a city that works? I don't know.
I mean, I would love for it to happen, but I just don't know if people are I don't know. It's just so sniffy, the UK, isn't it? It's like, imagine doing that. Like, people would be so upset in a town. It's like they're not. I don't think it's just to cycling. I think it's just for stuff in general. It feels to me like the UK is not like open-minded. It's just.
Yeah. Mate, you're probably right.
I don't know why I think that, because there have been events, but it's just the amount of effort that goes in and the amount of money that goes in.
Yeah.
Like, you might timber a sheet of ply is more expensive in Mexico than it is in England.
Really?
Yeah. Like the effort that goes in, it's not that. It's not that it's cheap to do it out there. It's not.
Yeah.
But I think people are just more excited about stuff. If you I don't know who would turn up, honestly. We've thought about it loads. I want to do one. I do really want to do one, but I don't know. Imagine trying to get councils on board.
Oh, that'd be tough. They can't even build a pump track in most places.
Dude,
they ain't going to shut down roads and build wall rides and ride through people's houses.
No.
Margaret don't want you to go through a living room.
Nah. Absolutely not.
Margaret, you ain't going through Margaret's living room.
Like some sort of like horse riding event or some made up sport like cricket.
Disc golf.
Next one, cricket community. Come at me, dude.
Oh, bitches. It's true though, it's so shit, isn't it?
But yeah, I don't know. It'd be cool, wouldn't it? It'd be cool.
Yeah. I was just going to look at my notes, man. I made a few, so I'm just trying to think.
Did you?
Yeah. Obviously, we've talked about the highline at the top of the course. How do you keep animals off the course? There was a few.
With real difficulties.
Mario Yarin's run, there was a cat.
Yeah.
Popped out. I don't know.
Yeah, which is bad. I didn't really see many cats, but they come out when
Might
the
have been
race
a dog.
is on.
Who knows?
Dogs are kept way more freestyle. They're not the same as how we keep dogs over here.
Okay.
Dogs are way more
animally.
like cats, so they're not always friendly. Yeah. I speak really good dog in England, but I don't speak good dog in Mexico. So I've been bitten a few times out there actually. So I keep dogs are they're more used as like guard animals really, and like they're a bit more free range. Okay. They're either chained up or they're completely free range and like strays.
Oh wow, interesting. Not many dog walking communities.
There's not a huge. I mean, there is, but like, on track certainly. Bear in mind, anything that I say about all of this is only from my experience, my short experience in 2 weeks in that section of track. That's literally where I've been. What you see on that track, what you see on a POV is literally where I've been for 2 weeks. So yeah. That's my experience of it. So I don't know. I'm sure there's loads of dogs and dog walking parks.
All right.
I'm enjoying listening to questions. It's good.
Oh, we're not doing any. These are Davy's questions.
Oh, are they brilliant?
These are Davy's questions. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Great question.
Thank you.
That's why they're such bangers, heavy hitters. Dude.
Heavy hitters. Yeah. The rest of the notes aren't good. And we have spoke about most of them.
Hey, I tell you what I'd like to do, because I love street racing.
And I
want to do more of it, but I'd like to shout out the top 15 because...
Okay, please.
Because I've got it right here.
And can we have one fact for every person in the top 15, please?
No, I wouldn't be able to. It's like such... No, but there's so much talent, and it's like... They're from a... Like, they literally train for street racing. Yeah. So it's... I wouldn't be able to give you a fact about them. It's so Jonah Jones in 15th, Fabian Alcantar, Mario Jaran, Bruno Lavinia, Lavagnino,
okay,
Alberto Nicholas, Adrian Leron. Like, they're just people worth looking out for, following on Instagram, because if you see some of the street races content, and like there's people missing from this. Pedro Ferreira is missing.
Where else are they riding this stuff? Is it like, how are they training for it?
On the streets, and that's why it makes them all really good followers. Like honestly, not necessarily all of them. You've got like Laron, who is obviously just
Crankworks guy normally.
Incredible all-round bike rider. I mean, he rides dirt jumps amazing and downhill. Bernardo Cruz, I don't know if he's like a World Cup legend. Gabriel Giovannini, Geronimo Paez, Lucas Borba, he's quite a street race specialist.
Yep.
Camilo Sanchez, another street race specialist. I mean, these might be new names to you. They're not. They're like established, dude.
They're not new names in that community.
Nah.
Or yeah.
I mean, have you heard of Pedro Ferreira?
Yes, but only through street races.
Okay, there you go. Well, if you look at Pedro Ferreira, he has... Let's have a look. Pedro Ferreira is like... has some unreal like street race content on his profile. He's got 1.2 million followers, and no doubt probably a lot of our listeners might not have ever heard of him. So this is like
but it's so relatable, this thing.
Yeah.
That's why you could show this to anyone.
Dude, it's Danny Mac it's the downhill version of Danny Mac on a phone box. It is.
Yeah.
Lots of people ride trials. Danny does it on something that you understand, and like what we were talking about with Hansi, weren't we?
Yeah.
Exactly that. And yeah, watch some of like Pedro's content or any of these guys. I'm going to carry on through the list.
Please.
It's mind-blowing them practicing as well. It's so cool. So Camilo Sanchez, he won last year. I mean, dude, if you want like enthusiasm from a race run, watch his race run. It's insane. Felipe Agurto, his technique on a bike, you can't think that he's not going to... I thought he was going to win, honestly. I saw he went in a hot seat. He made good time on prior rider.
Yes.
And it just looks so convincing and clean, his run.
My notes, it says Felipe Agurto, gnarly fast. That's all I wrote.
Unreal, yeah.
But yeah, looks
see
fast.
how strong he is in the turns.
Fast.
So many G's in the turns. Like, yeah, amazing rider and lovely chap as well. Obviously, we got Thomas Slavic, who we all know. He's got rainbow stripes coming out of his ears, but he was in third, so we're now on the podium.
Yes.
So Slavic in third, hyped to see him back there. Sebastian Holgen, he's in second, and one for Valles in first. Like, if you can follow any of these guys and watch them bombing down streets, then you won't regret it. It's something really cool to follow. Certainly, I love following it. I think it's such a rad series. Obviously, I'm going to be a fan, but it's genuine, my fandom.
When's the next one? It's ages away, I think. It's like 6 months or something.
Yes.
It's a bit of a shame.
Yes, 6 months.
But I'd like to think moving forward, more of a series, more...
Well, I really hope so. I think it's so exciting. And it's so real as well. It's not like, like that snow race that happened. It doesn't feel like anyone does it. These boys do it.
Yeah.
And it means something, and it's like... You only have to watch. You only have to watch the race runs to know that this is exciting.
We'll put a link in the show description.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you haven't seen it, we'll put it down there.
Yeah.
Just again, good to watch, free to watch. YouTube.
Yeah,
killer.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Big fan.
No, I'm really excited. It's 6 months until the series ends, and I'm really hoping that Red Bull extend the series next year. And it's something you can bring all over the world, and it has really good positive impact. I mean, we did Medellin, and there's now a riding scene. And like when I first went to Taxco, the race had already been going, but there's like a riding scene of kids riding in the streets. They've seen some of the best in the world come down the streets, and now that's what they do. And how cool is that?
That's cool.
Like you see street race bikes in all of these cities, downhill bikes with like,
pumped up
they're
tires.
literally made for the streets. They're not riding dirt turns and stuff.
Yeah.
It's literally for street racing. So
that's rad.
Very
great
cool
thing, really cool. Do you want to do some actual listener questions as well?
Yeah, why not, dude? Why not?
There?
We got time, haven't we?
Yeah.
People are still listening, aren't they? Watching?
Maybe. All right. This is a great one, actually.
Really
CHR_ISG7. What's the scariest feature to ride?
ISG7, that's a BB standard, isn't it? The scariest feature for me, and it was one that I was putting off to test, but only because of my hand, was the straight out of the start, and it was only because of the stairs. It was just the hardest thing to hold on to. I kind of like approximately worked out that I could at least pick up like I did like some 100 kilo deadlifts just to see if my hand could hold on. It doesn't really compare to, it's not really a number that you can relate to, but I wasn't very strong going in, and I was quite scared. So the first bit was like...
Do you think being out there doing the work helped? Like, the moving the stuff around and just being active?
Not so much really, because until then I'd just been in gym trying to actually be strong. And like I try really hard to be strong just because it makes it safer, not really for any other reason. It just makes like... It's just like if you overshoot something or you case something, if you're strong, life is good. You can work it out.
Yeah.
You can save your life. Whereas I didn't feel prepared in that manner. So I am... probably the first feature, which is probably surprising because it wasn't the biggest or gnarliest thing on track. Yeah. The wall ride's always scary because you have to pull up into it, and like when do you when do you get 250 pieces of wood, 5 pieces of ply, and then jump 20 foot up a wall and stick your bike to it? It's not like normal behaviour, is it?
No.
Like, when do I even do a wall ride? I'm not like good at wall riding.
Yeah.
So yeah, first runs of those. Obviously, camera doesn't do any of them justice, but if you just pause and actually look, like, stuff is bigger than it looks. So,
yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. So yeah, I was worried about the wall ride, I guess. Last jumps, I'm not really worried about. I hit those ramps enough times to know.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was good for speed. It's very nerve-wracking testing, I'll be honest, because I always try and keep it more chill, more tranquilo. Because back in the day when we did Taxco, people would literally set up like food stalls next to us digging, like, and you can very quickly, these are busy towns, you can very quickly end up with a huge crowd, all with dogs everywhere and all stuff. So
watching you test stuff.
Yeah, and it's like something I'm like really having to think and like work out. I really like science it out, and I try and make it so it's safe for other bikers. Like, I don't want to make it too big or too small or anything really. Yeah. So yeah, we're super lucky to have everyone from Phosphoro Productions, everyone from Phosphoro's team, with walkie-talkies, like closing things down, making sure stuff's out of the way, and of course the BSI boys. I feel like they know me really well, so they know when I'm like, if I'm like on edge or scared, they know that I want to do it quickly. It's like a, you know, like rip off the Band-Aid sort of thing, cold shower. I'm like, right, we're going. I don't really want to fuck about or wait or do 3, 2, 1 or get more people in to watch. I want it to be like quick and, you know, because it's scary. So yeah, I'm really lucky to have all those people around helping.
Has there ever been, I mean, I kind of know the answer, but I'll ask it anyway. Any inkling at all to race it after you've tested it?
Oh, mate, it's such an insane build-up, and honestly, we're so on call. There would be I would love to. When I'm there, I'm like, oh, I could actually do this, and I wouldn't be bad at this. I would be okay at this. Yeah. At times, not when I'm watching one for come down there. I think what's the point? Don't even bother. But absolutely, there's times. But we're really active during the live broadcast. If you imagine spending all that money on a live broadcast and then one of the features breaks with the top 5 still to come, there's a lot of pressure on us. Our names are on it, and we have to keep it good. So during the live broadcast, I was crawling in a berm on dog poo, drilling bits of wood, because you've got like cameramen reporting when a obstacle moves. Okay. All of it's fine, but what if? So you have to just pursue every single like thing. We had like a wall ride, we had to move a bit, and during practice, and that was very scary. We had to close it as a feature and try and fix it. And you know, when it's in practice, it's a trial run of the live show, and if that goes wrong in the live show, it's really bad. So we're yet to, you know, touch wood. We've had loads of things go wrong, but like we're yet to have an actual problem. There nearly was one last year. Okay. Because you use like jungle wood, it's full of sap, hardwood. And it dries out. And when it dries out, you've screwed it all. You make sure there's like, it's like obviously fastened down, but as it dries out, it just gets brittle and a bit pinged up in the live feed, and it was near the pointy end. Right. Liam actually last year ran so hard to try and fix it down, he threw up because it's at altitude. And luckily one of the team Geppetto fixed it, so it was good for the live feed. But, you know, there is a lot of pressure. Yeah. So the chances of me racing, I couldn't. You have to be all or nothing. You can't really like do it like a joke. It's like, I wouldn't qualify either unless I took it serious. You can't. Jono goes quick, tried hard, walked the track, worked it out, and he only just qualified. Lots of people didn't.
Good on Jono though.
Yeah, Jono didn't qualify last year. No. It was all very overwhelming as an experience last year.
All he wanted to do is qualify, and
this year he knew what to do and he qualified. I was stoked for him. We were hyped. Yeah, really cool. Good.
Great question. Ooh. G. Panchard. Is that how you say it?
yeah. Come on.
Is it?
Pancho, yeah. Panchito.
G. Panchito.
Panchito.
How many hours a day do you spend working on the track?
Oh, quite a lot, yeah. We get up mega early because it's cooler in the morning. Right. It gets boiling hot. Boiling hot. So we wake up. Well, I actually woke up at 6 every single day I was out there, to be honest, and probably part 2 of jet lag or stress or whatever, but wake up at 6. We're sort of out of there by 7:30, 8.
Right. Where are you staying at when you do this?
Hotel right next to the track, so, you know, if you leave the hotel at 8, you're on the track at 8:10. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you work until you tick off what you need to
So you
get
just have a plan for the day.
done. Yeah. Yeah.
and
Because
then stop when that's done.
yeah, because there is so much to get done. It's such a lot. We were ahead of schedule this year, which was so valuable because enough stuff goes wrong that you would have to add to. And we're busy the whole time anyway, but we actually were ahead of schedule. We're trying really hard. So
Why is it a team of 4? Could it be a team of 5? Could it be a team of 6?
It could. It really works well. If you imagine how we don't split up, we work really fast. And if you imagine like, thing is, it starts as a window. It's not a drop off. It's a window. So you're stood in a window,
Yeah.
and then you're holding a piece of wood up in thin air, imagining riding a bike off it.
Yeah.
So it's not like normal building.
No.
And I know probably there's lots of people listening thinking, yeah, I could do that. It's harder than you think. I've done a lot of it, and it's still harder than you think. So yeah, when you start with a blank canvas, you're like, this can be pretty intimidating. And then we just got a good formula. Like if we split up, I think,
Okay.
I think we could get more people, but then it's like, I don't
I
know.
know there are
Maybe
more
we
people,
will go
though,
more.
aren't there?
Oh, way more. Yeah.
Way more. It's not
So
just
many
you.
people helping
You're
us.
just the UK
No, I'm just
BSI crew.
Yeah, we're just we're like the track crew, but we've got loads of people in construction helping us. But they're bringing materials, they're helping logistics. We've got an amazing crew that like all of the tools. If you think every tool is cordless, it needs to be charged every
tools,
night.
Do you use the tools?
Yeah, we've
out
got
there?
tools out there. Yeah, so every tool has to be
Works
charged
tools.
every night, every battery. So we're not the last ones up.
Right.
There's a lot of heroes that are like namely Geppetto and Diego were like, they worked so hard. It's sick, yeah.
Sick.
You just feel part of a team. It's mint.
Yeah.
Really good.
Community.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah. Easy to work hard when you're part of like a really good team, I think.
Great answer. Matty Baker, 1985. How do you make sure BSI always gets picked for these gigs?
I don't know. We try really hard, and I think we do a good job. I think like you'd think you could go and do it, but there'll be a lot of stuff to learn.
Yeah.
It's like Rampage, it's like the same sort of thing. It's not like you just turn up and do it.
I guess now they're getting a team that actually understands the process and understands what it takes.
The team there is incredible.
No, I mean, they're getting you as a team that come in and like, right,
and we work so
understand.
well together with their team also.
Yeah.
But like actually to learn it all is quite difficult. So at the minute, I'd say we do a good job, and I'm sure there's other people that could do it as well. But
Killing it.
I
Great.
like it. I'm learning much more Spanish. It's not just nail, screw, wood now. I'm getting slowly better, but
Boom.
yeah. I aim to be good next year.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to try.
Keep going on the Duolingo, mate. At the Real Stick Man, how many of these course builds you reckon you could do a year? It seems quite intensive.
It's a great question. It's mega intensive. I would love to do more though. It would become it. I don't think you could do like that is a solid 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like I am.
There's no chill times there. You seem quite tired.
It is like an awful lot. And also just with events, I don't know if for anyone who's ever done any kind of event, there's that feeling of it ramping up. You start at the bottom and you've got, so the stress is there that you've got all of this stuff to do. And then as you reach the further up the ramp, you've got further to fall and there's more to lose, and like there's more of a course to fuck up.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's mega intense. Like we're all quite beat by the end. We are.
Yeah.
The feeling after one for cross the line, all of us were just like.
And you don't do breakdown.
You what?
You don't do breakdown after.
No,
you're out.
The team does.
Do
the
breakdown.
team over there does, but not us. Yeah.
Okay, which is quite.
Yeah, and often a lot of the materials go to locals, and they go
That's
to.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Taxco, no one had to do the breakdown because everyone would just take it. There was an earthquake before we went out there once, so it was like published that it would be for locals to take. So people were just taking ramps for their roof. It's like
wow.
It's no joke, dude. People have, but you don't realise how people live. Like, definitely Taxco is more apparent. There's a lot of like, you know, we used to have to borrow power off people's houses, and they're just dirt floors and just buckets, and like they live in a very different way. You know, it's real poverty. It's like pretty crazy. So it's cool that they give all the materials back.
So
I think,
gnarly, man. Isn't it?
Yeah, not in Guanajuato. It's like pretty fancy there.
Yeah. Okay, well, we got through listener questions. I've learnt a lot from this episode, and I hope our listeners have too, and viewers.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
I've learnt not to buy off Amazon shitty
they're not good.
hot sauce kits.
Well, they're just not hot. They're nice.
Not for us, because we're like manly men.
I'm not sure if I actually am. I'm not sure if I actually am. If I developed a hot sauce, it would probably be more chill one.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
I reckon.
Yeah.
I can see that. Maybe this is ODub hot sauce. Maybe there's a thing there.
I'm
maybe,
fine, dude. Yeah.
Maybe it'll be a thing.
I like it. Well, it's been great to catch up.
It's great to catch up.
And thanks for letting me talk about my Mexican experience.
No,
I thoroughly
enjoyed
enjoyed it. And I hope everyone enjoyed Cerro Abajo at home. And I'm sorry to rave on about it, but I think it's fantastic.
I do. I think it's fantastic as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget Fort William is just weeks away. So don't forget.
Man, it is.
Saying don't forget a lot, but don't forget to set your fantasy team on theracecompanion.com. It's important to use it because it's good and it's fun, and you can win a custom focused jam.
That's
which is
right.
the most insane prize.
It is pretty cool, isn't it?
It's the sickest prize.
We're very lucky to have got it
painted. Custom bike. So that's amazing.
We haven't even talked about this VAM squared in here.
No. Do you want to?
Well, I mean, we should, shouldn't we?
Yeah, it's
literally just come out.
Yeah.
It's just come out and it's mine.
Landed straight.
Well,
here.
this one actually isn't mine. This is like the complete build.
Okay.
But it's pretty cool, isn't it?
No, it's beautiful. And it's so light.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
That's the future, I think.
It is unbelievable.
That doesn't
it's 500
weigh
grams heavier than my bike without a battery and a motor. Obviously, that's got like street race build on it. So
it's beautiful though, man. I like the paint of it.
It is amazing, isn't it? I can't wait to get mine built up. And
what motor is this then?
Fazua.
Yeah,
So it's got the same motor as my Jam Squared SL, actually, but it's just shorter travel, which in theory is probably quite good for around here, isn't it? There's a lot of flat
good UK bike.
Yeah, definitely. It's got these flex stays, which I think look mega cool as well.
It's a beautiful looking bike.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
Big fan of the VAM.
The VAM Squared SL.
Quite confusing.
Very confusing.
It's a VAM Squared
SL.
Yeah, and there's deals on these. Well, there's deals on all Focus bikes, spring deals.
Right.
So we're still in spring, aren't we? So use the link if you want to down below. Depending on where you are, it's not every country, but you can get some cash back. So you can buy hot sauce kits off Amazon, or you can buy anything.
Yeah, you can buy like Invisiframe for it, anything.
Yeah, exactly. You can buy some forks for it. You could buy, maybe we could go on forever. DMR.
Should we carry on? No, let's not carry on. Hey, thanks for joining us. Peace and love.
Like and subscribe.
Hey man, what an episode that was. You did amazing in it.
And so did you.
You shone like a star.
You shone like a moon.
I shone like a Focus spring deal.
Oh,
that's
beautiful
good.
transition.
Right, I've got a question for you, David, to kick this final advert off.
Yeah.
What would you do with up to 400 euros if you got it back when buying a bike?
Ooh, I could stay in the bike shop and spend my 400 euros on accessories.
Good point. Support your local bike shop. Great point.
I could take the 400 euros and go to another shop close by, maybe buy 400 euros of pasta, maybe go to the Euro store, get 400 euros and just, that's Christmas done for eternity. Just keep handing them out every year.
Lottery tickets.
Yeah, beans.
Tyres.
Chamois
cream.
A new pet.
A new pet. Perhaps a water dragon or an iguana. Lovely idea. Well, Focus are actually making that question a reality.
Nice.
Because with the Focus spring deals, you can grab up to 400 euros back when buying a new bike. If you want to find out more, check out the terms and conditions and all of the details in the link. We're going to put that below, and I'm also going to read it out.
Please.
Okay, you ready for me to read it out?
Yes, I'm.
This is old school, innit? Reading out links.
Yeah, anticipation.
I'm going to do it anyway.
Please do it.
I'm doing it.
I want the deal.
Ride.focus.bikes/spring deals TRC.
Ooh, nice. So that is ride.focus.bikes/spring deals TRC. And let us know in the comments what you would do with 400 euros. Best answer wins a signed ODub hat.
Oh, I like it. Good.
All
I've
right.
got hats. Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, I'm good
Okay,
for that.
okay.
Hey, can we also put something up here that you can click on for the next episode?
How about we put a subscribe up there in the middle?
Yeah, love
We're going to put a video we think that our lovely companionship will love on your face.
On my face?
Yeah. And
So
on
they can't
my,
see me now?
Gone. And on my face, another video that we think people will love. And thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please hit like and subscribe. You guys are the best.
Peace and love.